What's up? So I'm talking about autism because that's my project. I'm basically saying what autism is, the many different areas in this really broad spectrum of the whole autism deal, and how people are just kind of morons about it. Because 30 years ago, if you had autism, any type of autism, you'd be put in an institution. Well, since then, people have noticed that that's not necessarily needed. Nowadays, autism is really, it's not looked down on anymore. It's not, some people do, but other people, a lot of people don't, because it's more understood and it's more, people are more relaxed about it. I'm just basically gonna say, how would a parent be able to tell if their kid has autism, any sort of autism, what it is, and what kind of treatments there are. So basically, autism is a disability that basically makes it hard for you to talk and communicate with other people, and usually symptoms are noticeable before the age of 3, and that can also cause delays or problems in many different skills. Say wanted to be a carpenter, that's not really possible because they wouldn't be able to have those kind of skills. Now, an autism spectrum disorder is, say one kid has this one type of autism and this other kid is all the way over here and he seems fine, normal, but he still has autism. That's part of the whole spectrum sort of thing. So, one person can have completely different symptoms than another kid, but they still both have autism. And, basically, autism spectrum disorder is, you have one of many different, forms of autism, but still you have autism. The symptoms would be the biggest thing would be communication, eye contact and vocals. There'd be a really big lack of good vocals, talking like I am right now, and eye contact and pointing and smiling. Basically, they just have problems with that one. Social, understanding how others feel and others think and others, act, and sharing emotions, how they feel and what's on their mind. And holding a conversation is pretty close to impossible with someone with autism because, again, they have social problems and speaking problems generally. And another one would be repetitiveness, kind of like OCD but not OCD, if you understand that, sorta. And you can generally see if your child has autism before 18 months old. And red flags for behaviors would be a delay in one or more areas of development, like speech and social problems and stuff like that. Treatments, there's really no cure for it, but there's a lot of therapy, behavioral management and anger therapy and speech therapy and physical therapy, which a lot of them are just to help develop the social aspects of it. Educational, like a lot of schools now have special ed, and a lot of kids that are in special ed have they generally have autism or some other problem. There's really no medications that you can take to cure this, and the FDA really hasn't approved any. But couple $1 million or couple $1 billion and 10 years in a lab, you might find it. There's really no evidence that there would be any sort of vaccine to prevent a child from having autism, but I mean, new things are happening every day, so who knows? Maybe something will come out. That's pretty much all I got for you. Talk to you later.